But in this darkness, we have to grasp for the light. Nick Hopkins was a bright light in this world, outwardly shining with the integrity and pride of serving in the Illinois State Police.
Tonight, an Illinois state trooper has died after a shooting this morning in East St. Louis. Trooper Nicholas Hopkins passed away just after 6 tonight. He was 33. We've been following this story all day, and Eric Feldman continues our coverage from outside SLU Hospital.
Art, Nicholas Hopkins was a trooper for 10 years. He leaves behind a wife and 3 children. This has been such a tough day for the Illinois State Police Department. Many of them were out here earlier at SLU Hospital, as this is the 4th trooper to die in the line of duty this year. A somber day as troopers saluted one of their own who made the ultimate sacrifice.
I stand before you to inform you of the untimely and tragic death of another Illinois State Police trooper.
Trooper Nicholas Hopkins died just after 6 p.m. after he was shot this morning in East St. Louis.
It is nearly impossible to express the depth of my sadness.
The 4th Illinois State trooper to die this year, the first one shot to death.
These are some of the toughest, bravest, kindest people on earth. But they are people, and they are hurting.
As officers from around the bi-state gathered at SLU Hospital to support Hopkins, we learned more about the father of 3.
He was well liked, he was well respected, loved by his fellow troopers.
And we learned about the efforts to save him.
I give my thanks to the troopers who performed CPR for an extended period on their fellow trooper to sustain their brother's life so that his family could see him one last time.
And now a man who police say gave his life for the safety of the community will continue giving beyond his life. He's an organ donor. 40 lives. That's how many lives we're told Nicholas Hopkins could save by being an organ donor. That's what state police told us today. Certainly an extremely tough day for that department. Reporting live outside SLU Hospital, Eric Feldman, 5 on your side.
Thank you, Eric. Trooper Hopkins was shot while serving a warrant at a house in East St. Louis. Right now, police still have that house surrounded and believe a suspect is still barricaded in there. Officers have 3 other suspects in custody. A standoff at the house is in its 16th hour right now, with several police cars and tactical vehicles on scene. We spoke to a woman who lives nearby who told us she heard a boom and then a gunshot when she was getting ready for work this morning. She says at first she thought it was her TV.
Then you hear gunshots. I was like, oh man, this is not the TV. As soon as I stepped outside, you hear them announcements, stand down, hands in the air. As soon as I get across the street, that's all you see, like 5 or 6 different types of police cars, from State to Allerton, Sauget, Fairmont. I mean, when I say they came together, they literally came together.
Once again, the scene is still very active right now. Officers have shut down several streets in the area. We're still waiting on police to identify the suspects they arrested. Backstoppers is helping out the family of Officer Hopkins. Backstoppers representatives plan to meet with Officer Hopkins' spouse to find out how they can help the family with whatever kind of assistance they might need. It has already been a tough year in Illinois with 5 law enforcement officer deaths. Trooper Hopkins makes 6. Illinois State Police already lost 3 troopers in 2019. Christopher Lambert and Brooke Jones Story each died while working on the side of highways hit by cars. Gerald Wayne Ellis died in a crash with a wrong-way driver. We'll continue to follow the